everybody, and welcome to Henchman Story. I'm Agent of Mischief. Let's jump on in, shall we?
Yes, yes! Another victory for the invincible Lord Bedlam! Excellent work, my brothers and sisters. At long last, the first phase of my master plan is complete. Now, gather the spoils of our conquest, so that we may return to our fortress post-haste.
He's giving me Zerg vibes.
So you want all these pet supplies stacked in the truck?
Yes, stack the pet supplies in the truck.
Okay, just double checking because there is a lot of dog food here and I'm just not sure the resale value is worth the back strain, you know? Oh, and do you care about organization? Like, should we sort it by animal or...
Just load the boxes! If you please, valued comrade.
Right. Sure. God damn it. Hey, Dave, can you help me with this?
Oh, sure thing, buddy. Try lifting with your legs. I hear that helps.
I meant help me lift the box, dude.
Damn it, Dave.
Oh, gosh, no. I'm a squad supervisor. I'm supervising. But I believe in you, Stan. You can do it.
Thanks.
Great work on that box, buddy. Way to go.
I'm gonna kill you.
Hey, Dave, do you think it's possible to kill a man with a chew toy?
Oh, my Stan. I don't get to choose my name? Well, fine.
Never mind. Let's just give it a try.
Hey, fellas. Doing some late-night shopping for Fido, huh? That's cute. What kind of mud is it? Looking at the two of you, I'd guess something like a Yorkie, maybe a teacup poodle. But that's way too much food for a dog that you could carry around in your purse.
Oh, he's a super Saint Bernard? So yeah, he's huge, massively big, eats a ton, shits are just, you know, gargantuan. Are you a dog person? Let me guess. Frenchie? Corgi?
Pitbull. But seriously, step away from the truck and keep your hands off the kibble. This puppy chow heist is over.
Oh, gosh. Oh, this is going to ruin Lord Bedlam's whole plan. I've got to warn him.
His plan? What about my plan? Hey, get back here!
I will
Thanks for
clobber
your
you
commitment to the
all.
team, buddy. You've got this.
Each and every one of you will be
Yeah.
clobbered.
Sure.
Once I, Stan, can destroy you all.
Oh, really? Why don't you show me exactly what you've got?
Now,
pal?
is this Stan as an homage to the great Stan Lee, or is this more like a Stan in the sense of the internet use of the word, which comes from the Eminem song? Because I really hope it's the former, the latter. Unless my name is Villain Stan, in which case, chef's kiss. I do know some magic tricks.
Let's see. I do know a few magic tricks. Some are even good. Have you got any cards? No? That's okay. I can work with change too. Just no dimes. I've got fat fingers, so sometimes I drop those.
Hey, what a coincidence. I know a magic trick too.
Beat the shit
Oh,
out
really?
of me.
You know, it's always great to meet a fellow enthusiast. A lot of people make fun of it, but it takes real talent. What trick do you know?
It's called Stop Stalling and Surrender Already. Heard of it?
Doesn't ring a bell.
But it
Well,
might in a
it just
second.
may ring yours in a second.
Yeah.
So what's it gonna be, Sunshine? Are you gonna come quietly or not?
You know I'm not paid to take option A. Well, here goes nothing.
Fate left, attack
Bet
right.
you won't see this coming!
I'm in a coma now. And my health insurance doesn't cover any of this shit. You can't see me, but I'm vibing to the music. Very Saturday morning cartoon, I dig it. Nowadays, everyone wants to be a superhero. You see them posing gallantly on your newsfeed, and you think, sure, they're cool, but I bet I could do that cool too. I'll just do some sit-ups, start drinking diet soda, and add a little extra radiation to my coffee. Done deal. Thing is, not to crush your dreams or anything, but most people really can't. Even if you catch that 1 in a million break and land some superpowers instead of cancer, it's a long shot at best. And if you're some powerless schlub like the rest of us, no chance. Do a billion sit-ups, change your diet, whatever. When a bug hits a windshield, it doesn't matter if the bug's been hitting the gym. It goes splat all the same. Trust me, I know better than anyone. This is me. No, not the big muscly dude. That's Captain Commander. Or was it Captain Commodore? One of the captains. Anyway, see the guy flying off the page right there in the purple? That's me. My name is Stan, and I'm a henchman. Captain Whatever wasn't the first person to punch me in the face, and he probably won't be the last. At least this time I got a free 6-pack out of the deal when the guy saw I made the cover of Hero Weekly. Hard to drink it with a broken jaw, but you know, it's thought that counts. The guy in the creepy-looking mask is my boss, Lord Bedlam. No one's sure what he's the lord of exactly, but he's usually polite and pays us, so we don't ask. Supervillains don't always socialize with their henchmen, but Lord Bedlam likes to every once in a while. Says that because we're a smaller operation, we have a family mentality. I'm not sure I'd go that far. Being a small-time supervillain outfit means that we steal from pet supply warehouses, and that if some animal-themed boomerang breaks your elbow, you have to wash the blood out of your uniform yourself. Oof. It does not mean that my co-workers are my brothers and sisters. I don't care how many times Lord Bedlam says it. Mostly, I think he just wants to show up for game night and pretend it's not weird. It doesn't help that the mask kind of gives him an unfair advantage at poker. Not that anyone's ever had the guts to bring it up. Honestly, though, it could be worse. We've got food, 4 walls, salaries, and healthcare. I mean, not great healthcare, but you take what you can get when you get your ass kicked for a living. After spending a few years drowning in debt, a job like this seemed pretty damn appealing. You know, moral quandaries aside, also the frequent pain. Like I said, though, not every day ends in a superpowered beatdown. Most of the time, my life is pretty normal. Well, from a certain perspective. Clock in, clock out. This is my room. It's a little cozy, but it's as nice as anything I had in college. Plus, I get it all to myself. Lord Bedlam did some research, and I guess henchmen that live in private headquarters perform 15% better than the henchmen that live in the barracks. He's all about the psychological stuff.
Man.
I guess private bathrooms don't affect performance or something, because we don't get those. So after I wake up, I grab my towel and toiletries and head to the locker room. The locker room isn't bad. I mean, it definitely smells a little funky, though part of that is my fault. I did get tossed into a garbage can a few weeks ago, after all. Also, sometimes the hot water in the showers cuts out for a second, so you end up yelping like a small dog, hopping around naked. That's super fun. Anyway, the line for the showers is always pretty long, so I just started by heading up for the sinks to brush my teeth.
Morning, Stan. You're looking chipper as usual.
Well, Dave, we can't all have concentrated sunshine flowing through our veins.
Yeah, Dave.
Why not? The world would be a better place if we did, don't you think?
That's a debatable theory.
Now I know what you're thinking. Positivity is great, right? Who wouldn't want more of that? Well, if you're spending enough time with Dave, I can say with certainty that there is a positivity threshold and it can be crossed. Maybe I'd think otherwise if Dave wasn't my supervisor, which as far as I can tell means that his job is just to kind of exist, but with more enthusiasm.
So, pop quiz for you, buddy. What's your assignment for the day?
Well, we don't have an operation, and today is Tuesday, so that means I'm guarding a door.
Correct! You're assigned to guard the classified Level 4 research chamber. I'm glad that I could count on an experienced guy like you for something so important.
Well, I've guarded it every Tuesday for years, so yeah, I guess you could call me experienced. I'm a regular veteran of standing next to a door.
Not just any door, a level 4 door, and Lord Bedlam has entrusted its protection to our team. It's a big responsibility.
I understand now why Stan wanted to kill Dave with the chew toy.
By keeping that door safe, you keep Lord Bedlam's plan safe, and Lord Bedlam's plans are going to help all of us. Doesn't it feel great, to be a part of something bigger than yourself?
The Avengers Initiative? I really don't think that, yeah, they're above our pay grade, dude. Most of the time, henchmen fall into one of two categories. If they think of it as a job like me, or they genuinely bought into their supervillain's cause or cult of personality. Dave is definitely the latter. I'm almost certain he has a Lord Bedlam tattoo somewhere. Like, I don't mean some wrist or ankle thing. I'm talking lower back.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I'd love to see someone with a supervillain
Can't
tramp
do
stamp.
such an
That's
important
hilarious.
job smelling like this, so I'm gonna go take a shower. See you after assembly.
Looking forward to it, buddy.
After showering, shaving, putting on my snazzy purple uniform, I head to the main hall for morning assembly, where we'll all be addressed by Lord Bedlam in person. The hall itself is pretty massive. Of course it has to be, since it doubles as our hangar, as anyone can tell, with the grounded jet helicopter hybrids that sit parked on the hall's east side. It's definitely more than enough room to fit all of us comfortably. After all, we only number about 200 or so, which is a lot less than some of the bigger supervillain outfits. At the far side of the hall, there's a small stage with a podium set up. Sorry, it's just the part of the day where I yawn a bunch. A massive screen with a live feed of the stage sits above it, along with a full lighting rig, like you'd see at a concert. There's also some kind of ominous computer, but I've only ever seen it used for DJ and company functions.
Good morning, my loyal compatriots.
Rise. Rise! Mercifully, Lord Bedlam's arrival distracts me from memories of days dancing to folk synth fusion music at last year's Christmas party. I enjoy synth pop, I enjoy some folksy shit sometimes. I would not enjoy them together. Not that the supervillain's ascent from beneath the stage is any more graceful. I don't know why he insists on making an entrance like this. In a world of superpowers, a stage elevator just isn't that impressive. Maybe he just gets a kick out of it. I don't know. Some of the guys eat it up.
Oh yeah, you're the greatest, Lord Bedlam!
Does he really react like that every morning, you ask? Yes. Yes, he does.
Thank you. I love the enthusiasm.
I love you, Lord Bedlam!
All right, maybe just a little bit less enthusiasm. Teeny bit.
Sorry, Lord Bedlam.
Yes, well, moving on. Today is a normal Tuesday, so you should all know your daily assignments. If you've somehow forgotten, consult the laminated schedule you received at the beginning of the quarter. If you lost your schedule, see Sam Leonhardt in HR and she'll make a new one for you. But the printing fee will come out of your paycheck, just so you know. I mean, they're laminated after all. That's not free. We do have some injury updates for you today. First, the good news. It looks like John Kess will walk again after that encounter with Muscle Master. I know we were all pulling for him.
Just like his muscles were pulled for him.
The bad news, Mace apparently has no idea who he is following his 7th concussion at the hands of the Shrouded Avenger, so he will not be returning to work. His family has received a fruit basket.
Damn.
For some
I'm hoping
light
this is
affair,
like
we
some
do have
Venture
a
Brothers
birthday
ass
today.
villain.
Congratulations to the
Villain
Bacon
organization.
Bruiser, who joined us in
Just
June
like-
after that unfortunate waffle iron incident
an
forced the
organization,
breakfast
really.
bandit into retirement.
Just that level of shenanigans.
There will be some mini cupcakes in the
expect
East
there to
break
be,
room
like,
to celebrate.
All the
Please feel
bureaucratic
free
red
to
tape
treat
and
yourself
stuff.
to one between
but
shifts.
I do love me some organized villainy in that kind of same vein.
And it looks like that
Of
wraps
course, I
up our
love
morning
superhero
announcements.
parodies because I
So
love
let's go
superhero
out there
shit.
and work together to make this a great day. And remember, the secret cabals, juntas, and unfairly moderated LARPing message boards that manipulate our society must all be destroyed!
Damn,
They
sir.
will pay for their crimes in blood! And when my master plan comes to fruition, we shall be the ones to exact the toll! Then we shall rip out the diseased heart of modern society
I'm guessing
and
he's
replace
not
it with
this
a
universe's
newer,
equivalent
better
of
heart
the
of
Mighty
our
Morphin
own
Park.
making!
In any way, shape, or form, because he just want to beat Dr. Venture's
A
ass or
heart
his
that
rival's
actually
ass,
enforces the
whatever.
rules about period-appropriate clothing and has no limits on caps lock usage! So says the invincible Lord Bedlam!
I do enjoy his outfit, though. Very purple, very gold.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Go get him.
It really fits with the Lord theme, your worship. Him just lowering himself into the floor. Yeah, I won't dance around it. Amiable or not, Lord Bedlam is still definitely a supervillain. What we do is in a bit of a moral, well, black area, I suppose. It's for a good cause, I think. The whole pain blood thing was totally a metaphor, though. Lord Bedlam isn't about killing people. He does have that line, I made sure. After everyone files out of the main hall, we scatter at the far corners of the facility and start our workday. Today that means I need to take a long walk to the south wing. It's not exactly a scenic height. The sights are basically what you'd expect from a hidden underground fortress. Stone walls, metal doors, and no windows. Still, it's nice to move around a little considering my assignment. When I arrive, I find said assignment exactly as I expected. The metal door I'm guarding is just like all the others, except it's labeled 1385 and has a retinal scanner and keypad next to it. Also, as expected, Dave read before me and is standing at rigid attention. Judging by his ragged breathing, he ran all the way here.
How's the door doing, Dave?
Hey guys, this door's fucking great, says Dave.
Oh, it's quiet so far, luckily. You're 1 minute and 35 seconds late, you know. If you were 8 minutes and 26 seconds later, I'd have to mark it down.
Noted. I'll remember to teleport next time.
You can teleport?
Yep, but only once a week, and only if I have a breakfast burrito with mango habanero sauce in the morning. Think you could hook me up? You know, for the team.
Do
Well,
love me some mango
gosh, Dan,
habanero
that's
sauce.
outside of our team's budget. But if it will keep you on schedule, then by golly, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, and it helps if I get the one with the green packaging. You know, the one with the cactus mascot that wears the little sombrero.
I'll see what I can do. I've got to go check on the new guy first, though. What was his name again?
Not sure, but he insists on calling himself Sith Player. He's taking this whole henchman thing very seriously.
Well, of course he is. It's serious work, Stan. So be sure to stay vigilant and keep an eye on that door, buddy.
Maybe
You got
I
it,
will.
boss. That's me. Super vigilant. But not vigilante vigilant, like villainously vigilant.
I'm not sure how much of that Dave hurt since he's already halfway down the hall on his way to check on the rest of our squad, but he gives me a thumbs up as he turns the corner, leaving me in door 1385 to ourselves. So my day of standing in an empty hallway begins. Seriously, on Tuesdays, it's pretty much all I do. Since it's level 4 clearance, almost no one ever even uses the door. Oh, guess I should explain. Level 4 clearance means that basically only Lord Bedlam or specifically approved henchmen have access. In this case, it's a handful of engineers and they rarely show up. Whatever's in there is apparently very important, but doesn't get a whole lot of love. This makes sense to me, but I'm not paid to understand it. I'm paid to stand here doing nothing. Yippee. You might think I'm living a life getting paid to stand around, but it does come with one problem. Boredom. Mind-numbing, agonizing boredom. So when Dave drops by to do his rounds, I find myself trying to start a conversation. It doesn't always work, and sometimes I regret it. Still, I feel like if I don't at least try to make my brain function just a little, it'll shut down on me one day.
Hey there, buddy. How's your day going? All your tasks on schedule?
Hold on, let me check. Yep, door's still there. So my sole task of standing beside it and waiting for someone to actually use it remains right on track.
Well, that's just swell! You're always on the ball, Stan. Was there anything I can do to help you out? Maybe get the facility crew down here to give that door the old spit shine.
I think the door's shiny enough for now. But do you mind if I ask you something? Non-work related, I mean.
This man lives and breathes work-related stuff. He's like if Dwight Schrute were like the peppiest man alive.
Sure thing, buddy. Daily chats with the team are an important part of being a squad supervisor, after all. What's on your mind?
That's the online dating scene.
So, how are things going with that dating app? Have any hot dates? Huh?
Oh, I don't know. I've chatted with a few girls. On the app, I mean. It usually starts okay, but we always seem to have a difference in our beliefs.
What, like religion or something? I think there are specific apps for that if it's a big deal for you.
Oh, no, not that. It's just... none of them seem to believe in Lord Bedlam's mission.
That's
Shit,
what
dude,
I thought.
You don't tell them you work for Lord Bedlam, do you?
Oh, no. I would never violate the sanctity of our brotherhood. But it's very important to me, so I give them the bullet points of our
Dude,
code
you should just put that on your profile so
they,
people can read that first before they match with you.
Damn, Dave. That's, sorry, man.
Thanks, buddy. I just wish I could date one of the girls here. It'd be so much easier. I've always really liked Jen from Squad 23.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly a lady killer, but I'm not quite the mess that poor Dave is. I could probably give him some useful advice. And again, do I really need to go deeper?
Maybe you just need to spruce up your profile a little to get more matches. Widen the net a little, you know? What are you using for your profile picture?
The official headshot I got for work. Duh.
Really? With the background and everything?
Of course! It's my best photo.
All right, fair enough. How about your description? What do you have there? A corny joke or something?
He feels like he would be the type of person who has a corny joke. I doubt he would have the picture of the enormous bass that he just caught fishing, or a dead deer or some shit.
Gosh, no. It's a list of my qualifications, of course, and some key things I'm looking for in a partner.
Okay, I see the problem here. Dave, a dating profile isn't a job application. People won't swipe right on someone who makes them think of work.
But why not? I love work. I thought you did too. Didn't you say that henchmaning was your passion in your last self-review?
Yeah, of course. So passionate about henchmaning. Just, overflowing with passion. But some people want their job to stay out of their personal life. Like they have a box just for their job, and they just want it to stay there. Its own little job box. Not in the family box or the boyfriend box, just the job box. Know what I mean?
He does not. He looks
You know,
perplexed.
it's my
It's just a
policy to
thought.
always be transparent with you, buddy. You lost me at job box.
Figured. Dave's so bought into Lord Bedlam's shtick that I don't think the idea of work-life balance ever crossed his mind. Better try a different approach.
I guess my point is, some people marry other people, and some people marry their job. I think you just married your job, Dave.
You think? Maybe you're right. I might just not have room for both Lord Bedlam's cause and a lady friend in my heart.
Maybe not, dude. Maybe not.
Not sure if that's 100% accurate, but at least he feels better about it. When Dave's feeling his best, my job gets easier. And I pulled it off without having to scroll through his phone for a new profile photo. That Pandora's box can stay locked up next to my job box, gathering dust on my metaphorical shelf of emotional trauma. Sometimes these conversations go better, sometimes they go worse. Luckily, they all eventually end and Dave leaves to check in with another member of the squad. After that, it's another long, eventless stretch of waiting in silence before I'm eventually relieved for lunch and I head to the cafeteria. Cafeteria isn't much different from what you might find in a high school or a prison. Really depends on your perspective, I guess. There are long, stained tables with uncomfortable plastic benches attached, a tile floor that's probably what a grizzled war veteran would look like in floor form, and the faint smell of mold and hopelessness. Most of Lord Bedlam's Bedlam's fortress is in much better shape, so it's strange the cafeteria is so banged up, right? Wrong. See, Lord Bedlam may be head honcho everywhere else, but this place is its own dark master. History teaches us that whoever controls the food supply gains incredible leverage. The lord of this terrible domain learned that lesson well. So long as Lord Bedlam gets his tuna melt, this despot has absolute autonomy. Janitors, maintenance, engineering, none can defy his will, not here in the heart of his kingdom. So rose Antonio Giamatti, master of the cafeteria and my stomach's personal tormentor.
Next! Hey, talking to you, pal.
Oh, sorry. What's on the menu today, Chef Antonio?
We got bologna casserole, bologna hot dish, and bologna surprise.
Baloney. For a month, baloney. That train we hijacked last month must have had 5 cars full of the stuff because we haven't seen any other meat since. I glanced at my options. I only see 2, though they are each labeled as hot dish and casserole. They look exactly the same. Cheeky bastard. Maybe the surprise is different. Let's try the surprise.
I think I'll try the bologna surprise.
I feel like these are all terrible options, but I must pick one, for I must have sustenance.
You got it. Surprise! It's casserole.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
What? You say you want a surprise, so I surprise you with which one you get. You're surprised, ain't you?
I mean, technically, but those 2 dishes are exactly the same. Why even give us a choice if it doesn't mean anything?
Yeah, old man.
The same? You little shit. What do you know about the art of cooking, huh? You think you're some 5-star chef or something? Just 'cause they look the same don't mean they taste the same.
But you're right. I don't know anything about cooking. I'm sure they taste very different.
And
Thank you for the meal.
Thank
you for the meal, Master Chef Antonio Giamatti.
It's a stat.
As I walked to my seat, I have a sinking feeling that I have made a horrible mistake. Maybe there's some hidden meaning here about the illusion of free will or something. Or maybe I should just remember that you can never beat a chef in their own cafeteria.
Next! Come on, Oberon, get a move on. I know they got lines in England. Don't you pretend you don't know how it works 'cause you call it a cubary-do or something. Come on.
I tell you what my day was like after lunch, and honestly, it wasn't any more exciting than the first half of it. I stood by a door some more, had a few more awkward conversations with Dave, and clocked out. The only thing I did differently today was take advantage of my personal food stash for dinner. It's running low, only a few protein bars and ramen packets left. Better to tap into that than face Antonio again. So yeah, it's like I said, other than my apparent rivalry with our lunchman, I live a pretty normal life most days. Sleep, eat, work, and repeat. Thrilling stuff. Of course, not every day is the same. We have different assignments each day of the week, for one thing, and every now and then we have what Lord Bedlam calls an operation. In other words, supervillainy. As it happens, this Wednesday is an operation day. Issue 2, Operation Day. Operation days begin the same as any other day. I mean, they kind of have to. Can't do much when I'm asleep, and I don't want to smell like shit, so that means heading to the locker room as usual. There's an intangible difference when we're getting ready for an operation instead of a normal workday. I'll say that. The locker room has an air of tension to it in addition to the usual odor. People are giving each other nervous glances or cracking bad jokes to calm their nerves. I mean, it's not like anyone expects to die or anything. Superheroes don't kill. One of the perks of being on this side of it. Still, getting hit in the head enough times has its consequences, as Mace found out. Or the legs if you ask John Cass. So I mean, we have every right to be nervous. Shit, I know I am. Not Dave, though. He's actually excited about the whole thing. I know, big shock. Just blew your mind.
Morning, buddy. You know what today is?
Yeah, it's,
Operation Day! Oh boy, I'm so excited. I've got that tingly feeling in my bones.
well, that's more than I needed to know.
TMI, Dave, TMI.
Aren't you excited too? I hear this is a big one.
I'm so excited to get my jaw broken again, Dave. Is that what you wanted to hear? Sometimes I wonder if Dave makes these little slips on purpose just to screw with me. I'm not sure if it's better than them being Freudian.
Oh yeah, you know me. My excitement levels are like at full friggin' capacity. I live to get powerbombed by masked millionaires with messiah complexes.
Oh, I don't think any superheroes will be there this time. I heard this is something totally different. They'll never expect it.
That's what we always think. I'm pretty sure he said something like that every time. If Dave were a weatherman, every day would be sunny.
Well, just in case they do expect it, I'd better make sure I have time to stretch. See you in the main hall.
As an aside, if you're thinking of starting a career as a henchman for some insane reason, never forget to stretch. You think this would be obvious, but tons of people totally skip it. Trust me, the last thing you want to do is pull a hammy while running from some caped Adonis type, because they will not miss an opportunity to look cool. They'll uppercut you into orbit and strike a pose regardless. I enjoy that imagery. That happened to one of my buddies, Mordecai. Fun enough guy to watch a basketball game with, but not quite as funny as he thought he was. He kept trying to call himself Mordecai the Mention Man, but it never took. You know, in hindsight, he was a bit of a schmuck. Of course, this stretching stuff goes both ways. He once got away from Red Phantom totally unscathed because his calf cramped during his big entrance. Bonus lesson, don't jump through a window if you don't have to. After freshening up, getting my stretch on, I head to the main hall. Before I even get there, I hear the hum of the jet helicopter things powering up. I think we call those Bedlam copters, but I hope I'm wrong. Shit, I think I'm actually a little late because Lord Bedlam's already arrived at his podium. Not that I've missed much. Lord Bedlam might give a motivational speech before operations, and, well...
The shadowy masters who control our society are growing nervous, my comrades! With their hold on the artisanal baloney industry shattered, they see the writing on the wall!
He does feel very Venture Brothers villain-esque, though, I will say. That is some shenanigans. There's very specific shenanigans. Though I suppose if it was Venture Brothers, he'd be like a baloney-themed supervillain.
And that writing says they are the ones who are ruining the weekend for everyone! Not the righteous masses who just want the orc barbarians to stop wearing jeans!
Yeah, you get the picture. We don't actually get briefed on the details of these things. Only Lord Bedlam and a handful of his top ass-kissers know what's going on. Need-to-know basis, I guess.
I know that each and every one of you are dedicated to our noble cause, and that you will follow both my own orders as well as your captain's without question. Seriously, no questions, no chit-chat, and no scuttlebutt. If you're all being a bunch of chatty-Cathy gossip queens, then it makes us look bad, and we need to look our best today.
What? Who are we impressing? The rent-a-cops at whatever place we're sticking up certainly won't care. Besides, how professional can we look in purple spandex?
Now go forth, my comrades, and let loose the hounds of our endless parade of glory!
I will, thank you. I don't think Lord Bedlam writes his speeches down. If he does, he certainly doesn't have an editor. Anyone who shares my feelings on Lord Bedlam's eloquence certainly isn't letting it show, though, and I follow suit. I can't bring myself to cheer wildly like Dave, but I can dutifully fall in step with him as we head to our proverbial chariot. As we file into one of the Bedlam copters, I can hear the roof opening for us with a groan.
Oh, this is it! You ready, buddy?
All set, partner.
I've got your back if you've got mine, partner.
You bet!
As we strap into our seats, the engines roar to life, and like that, we're off. Whatever we're doing, it's further away than usual. This flight is getting kind of long. I'm not the only one that realizes it either. Some of the guys have been exchanging confused looks. Eventually, though, the pilot makes an announcement.
Alright, meat shields, put on your makeup and hold on to your eyeballs because we're in the pipe and going in hot!
Is the pilot Deadpool? Because that seems like some shit he would say.
Actually, we're third in line in, so we're in a holding pattern for a bit. Then we're balls to the wall with foils locked and guns blazing! Woo!
I'm pretty sure these things don't have any guns. I'm also pretty sure that we trained most of our pilots with video games and film clips since we don't have any actual flight simulators. years. Good lord. Prepare to die, I guess. If through some miracle we don't crash during our ascent and move to join the henchmen that are already on the ground. Sliding down one of the Bedlam copter's rappel cables sends me through a hole in the roof of whatever building we were hovering above and lands me in some kind of tech office. At least it was an office. Our hole in the roof isn't the only one. There are at least 3 that I count, one for each Bedlam copter, I guess, and a few smaller holes in the walls that are probably from weapons fire. A lot of the equipment has been wrecked, but what's left looks impressive. This is definitely fancier stuff than we usually appropriate. Can't figure out what it is though. Robotics? App development? I'm not sure. Most of the other henchmen seem to have moved on, but half a dozen stand guard over the few scientists that have been rounded up. Another whole squad stands in the middle of the room with Lord Bedlam at their head.
Excellent! Reinforcements! You lot!
He points towards my squad. Damn it, I know what's next.
You shall remain here as our rear guard! The rest of you, with me!
No problem, Lord Bedlam. You heard him, squad! We're the rear guard, and the rest are going with him! That last part isn't really relevant to us, but I just wanted to make sure you heard.
There's a cheer from the other squads, and they rush in to join the others as they follow Lord Bedlam through a nearby door and out of sight. The rest of us aren't cheering. Here's the thing about being a rear guard. You're guarding the entrance and the exit, right? So while your job is pretty uneventful and nothing goes wrong, you're also the first line of defense against outside interference. You follow me? If a superhero shows up, they're the ones they'll run into first, or run over to be more accurate.
Oh boy, the rear guard! What an honor! Gosh, how long has it been since we've been selected for that?
Last year, I think. Some lady with wings broke your clavicle.
Oh, right! I sacrificed my body for the glory of Lord Bedlam.
I think this man is in a cult of 1. Or 2. No, actually it would be of 2, because he's counting himself and Lord Bedlam. He sacrificed his body so we could rob a smartwatch factory. Not even the good ones, just some cheap knockoffs. Looks like they came with a kid's meal.
Hopefully Lord Bedlam's glory will come sacrifice-free this time.
But if it doesn't, we'll be ready! Right, team?
Sure.
We take up a position next to a window on the opposite side of the room as the captive... On the opposite side of the room is the captive scientist. I don't know why I try to say detective. I'm sorry I can't talk today. I want to be as far away from them as possible. Sure, we'll let them go when we leave, but there's the one thing we do that really bugs me. Stealing is, whatever, it's just stuff. But taking hostages, that can be a fun thing to go through. I pull my stun baton from my belt and start messing with it to take my mind off the scientists. Plus I need to make sure it works. Sometimes these things short out and I have a feeling I'll need it. This place is big time. It's just got that feel. That means we're going to attract attention, and that means... Suddenly, something explodes through the wall to my right. Dave and I are flung forward and tumble to the floor. As quickly as I can, I scramble to my feet, grasping my baton. However, as I turn to face the source of the explosion, my jaw drops. Superhero showing up isn't a surprise, but that's Shining Nova. Shining goddamn Nova. Is in the person that took down the Skull Syndicate and went toe-to-toe with Dr. Calamity's Supreme Ultra Death Bot. They look so cool. Shit. We are screwed. We are completely screwed.
I'm a factor here, so I'm only gonna say this once. There's no way you can beat me. That means you can either give yourselves up or get your asses kicked. Your call. I can't make it for you.
I really considered just giving it up this time around, but I should have known better. By taking any time to think at all, I've given Dave a vast edge in reaction time.
For Lord Bedlam! Charge!
Dave and most of the other henchmen charge wildly. Some raise their stun batons, others fire with their beam weapons. It goes about as well as you'd expect. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they get fucking annihilated. That's what I'm expecting. Henchman that are left seem to be fleeing, the ones that are further away from me at least. I'm maybe 5 meters from Shining Nova and he's staring right at me. Oh god, he's staring right at me.
Hey.
Just desperately, I leap to the left just as Shining Nova raises a hand and lets loose a blast of energy. I can feel it whiz by me as I come crashing down behind a desk. Unfortunately, an ordinary desk won't do me much good, and even as I try to crawl to my feet, I'm knocked down again as a second blast blows the desk to splinters. As I peel myself off the floor, I see a pair of metal feet and stop in my tracks. Looking up, I find Shining Nova standing directly above me within arm's length.
Aw, don't go. We're just getting to know each other.
Kiss him to distract him. Looking at Nova's armor this close, I notice something. Armor can't completely cover the wearer's joints. There are little gaps that give way to some lighter, more flexible material. It makes sense. How else could Shining Nova even move? Maybe I can work with that. Or I could always try for the classic. I feel like if we kicked him in the crotch, we'd just break our foot. Let's go for the knee. Desperately, I grasp my baton and thrust it towards a crease in Shining Nova's knee armor. Being so low to the ground already, it's not far. Maybe, just maybe.
What the?
Somehow, miraculously, I jam the baton in the crease before Shining Nova can react. Nova tries to move the leg on instinct, but the baton keeps it from bending. Now's my chance. With Nova confused, I lunge for the other leg and wrap my arms around it. My grip secure, I start to stand up, taking the leg with me. Shining Nova isn't that big, at least a head shorter than this dynamo. That other leg hindered, and this one in my grasp, I maybe will trip Nova over ends.
Hey, hands off!
Oh shit. So it turns out that Shining Nova has arms too. Arms with elbows that can be driven into my back and hands that can grab my uniform and throw me across the room. That little oversight left me trying to crawl to my feet for like the third time in less than a minute, but no big deal, minor detail.
Alright, tough guy. I admit, I'm a little impressed. I can't think of the last time one of you cannon fodder goons even slowed me down.
Guess I should ask for a raise.
A raise? So you're one of those mercenary types.
More like unemployed with a lot of debt types.
And so you decided this was a worthwhile career move?
Hey, beggars can't be choosers, right?
This is one of the least confrontational conversations I've had with the superhero, but it won't last much longer. Not if Nova's aggressive stance is any indication. I've done pretty well so far. Maybe I can stretch my luck just a little further. I glance around looking for a solution. As I look around, I realize just where I've landed. A few yards to my right are the engineers that Lord Bedlam took as captives, and not far to my left is a door leading further into the facility. They're still tied up so they can't escape. Maybe that's why Nova isn't rushing to finish me off. Fear for their safety. To be honest, I have the exact same fear. This is just a job. I don't want to hurt these people. Then again, Nova doesn't know that. Maybe I could bluff my way out of this, or should I just make a break for the door and hope for the best? I'm going after civilians. I'm probably breaking the Geneva Convention or some shit. I grab my communicator from my belt. With its cylindrical shape and blinking red light, it could easily be confused for a small explosive.
Okay, enough playing around, hero. Back off or these hostages and I are headed to the same place. That's hell. 'Cause this is a bomb. I'm threatening with a bomb.
No, you're not.
Excuse me?
Even if that was a bomb, which it's not, I don't think you'd set it off. This is just a job for you, right? You're not gonna die for it, and you definitely won't kill for it. In fact, I don't think you're a violent person at all.
Nova has my number. I'll admit it.
You sure you're not making a few leaps in judgment there?
Positive. And like I said, it's not even a bomb. I scanned it. It's a radio of some kind. Battery's running low, by the way. May I want to take care of that?
Oh. Thanks.
Defeated, I lowered my arm and accept my fate.
Nice chatting with you.
Likewise, Mr. Henchman for hire. Okay, this is just a tranquilizer, so it won't hurt, but you're gonna feel pretty groggy when you come to.
Try one last attempt to kick the shit out of them, I beg of you. A hatch pops open on the side of one of Nova's wrists, revealing a small dart gun.
Sweet dreams.
Even though being put to sleep is better than being knocked unconscious, in this case it doesn't feel like I'm snoozing in my bed. Instead it's a deep, dreamless slumber. 1 second all I see is blackness, and then the next...
Come on, buddy, you have to get up!
Where? What? Dave? What's going on?
No time, we've gotta go!
Onwards, my loyal compatriots! Onwards towards retreat!
There's only one Bedlam copter. If we don't get on, we'll be left behind.
With Dave's help, I manage to stand. A quick look around me tells me he's right. A lone Bedlam copter is holding position next to the whole shining nova made in the wall, and there's no sign of another one. Lord Bedlam is already climbing aboard, so we better follow suit.
All right, I'm good. Let's go.
Together we drag ourselves towards the ramp. Despite my grogginess, we should make it easily. At least it looks that way until a familiar black and blue blur falls through one of the holes in the ceiling. Takes one look at me and grins.
Hey there, sunshine. Gotta say, I didn't expect to see your raggedy-ass outfit here when I got the call. A data science facility's one hell of a step up from a pet store.
It sure is. Thank you for noticing.
But you're not too much of a big shot to leave without saying hi now, are ya? After all, we're old pals, ain't we?
Oh, you know me. I'm not big on long goodbyes. So awkward.
Wait, you know her, Stan? But she's a superhero!
Case in point. Dude, you were there, remember? Briefly, anyway. She dumped me into a trash can.
Yeah, that was great. That picture of you was trending for hours. Would have been a great night for me. If you clowns hadn't ended up giving me the slip.
Yeah, we were pretty slippery, huh? Oh, what a night that was. Just a peach of a time, wasn't it, Dave?
Oh, yeah, I guess. I didn't know you cried so much when you had fun, Stan.
I'm easily moved, Dave. You know that. Well, getting to be about that time. Better hit the old dusty trail. Nice seeing you again. Don't be a stranger.
Don't think so. This time, I'm making sure you're out cold. And then I'm grounding that ugly ride of yours. Now come on, sunshine. Let's kick this party up a notch.
Buff lady is gonna murder the shit out of me. Miss Dynamo's maybe 10 meters away, but I know the distance won't mean much to someone with that kind of strength and speed. Even if I wasn't so hungover from Shining Nova's tranquilizer, my odds of getting out of the way aren't good. Dynamo knows it too. She takes her time sizing me up and settling into her stance. Dave doesn't consider the odds, or maybe his zeal for Lord Bedlam has just made him more reckless. Whatever the case, he pulls out his baton and is prepared to go down swinging. Missing, mind you, but still swinging. It's almost admirable. In my experience, you don't heal hair-length fractures with admiration, so I'm not about to follow suit. As Dynamo's muscles coil, I reach for my baton and try desperately to think of an angle. This is going to be even worse than the trash can incident if I can't. Right now, I'm as dangerous as a pillow covered in bubble wrap. I don't get much of a chance. As soon as I brandish my weapon, Miss Dynamo bursts forward. I guess she figured giving me the first strike last time was charity enough. I wince, bracing for the pain. But it never comes. Who is she? Instead, Dynamo's fist collides with a glowing red energy sword held up by an unfamiliar woman in a red and black catsuit. The blow is so strong that the weapon pulses and I can feel the ground shake. I must know more about her, which that might be who we're romancing. I think you can romance people in this game. It's a visual novel, so probably. Again, I know nothing about her, but her aesthetic is very good. Even so, the mystery woman barely gives any ground. She angles the energy blade to turn it into more of a glancing blow and steps back to steady herself, but it still looks effortless.
Tisk. These aren't your toys to break anymore, child.
Scorpion, what are you doing here?
I just told you. These are my playthings now. If you can't play nice, then I'll have to take them away. You never pay attention, do you? Not even the slightest bit. Don't you ever tire of it? The ignorance?
Shut up!
Miss Dynamo violently breaks the deadlock and leaps back. The woman in the catsuit, Scorpion, does the same, but somehow more gracefully. Holy shit, where did she even come from? She was so fast I barely saw it. Since when did we have a ringer? I stare dumbfounded, momentarily forgetting about escaping. It's not often you see something like this when you work for a guy like Lord Bedlam. Victory for us usually means distraction or an escape. But this Scorpion lady is going toe-to-toe with a powerhouse like Miss Dynamo, and God help me, it seems like she could actually win.
Temper, temper, child.
Stop calling me that!
Scorpion lady,
are.
scorpion
Listen to
lady. My
yourself.
best friend is
You're
a
not
scorpion
careful,
lady.
You'll have another tantrum, and then who will have to clean up your mess this time? Hmm?
Oh, it won't be you. Don't worry. Nah, you're gonna be the mess. What's left of you, anyway.
Promises, promises. Always promises with you. Never.
Oh shit, never once delivered. Beyond a grunt of frustration, Dynamo's retort this time is physical, and she rushes right at Scorpion, who follows suit, sword whirring. Looks like that first move was no fluke. Dynamo's dishing out most of the offense, but none of it's connecting. But Scorpion can't avoid outright. She's redirecting with her sword. It's like watching a dance, but fast forwarded to 5 times normal speed with a high chance of broken bones or dismemberment. So astonishing as it looks, I take this chance to get the hell out of here.
Come on, Dave. We've got to go.
What? And miss this chance to bring even more glory to Lord Bedlam?
He told
Yes,
us to
dude.
retreat,
We
remember?
don't want to
You wouldn't
fucking
want to
die.
disobey Lord Bedlam, would you?
I'm not gonna die for fucking Zerg.
No, definitely not. Gosh, I can't believe I forgot. Thanks, Dave. You're a good friend.
Sure. I'm the best. Thank me when we're on the way back, man.
Together, we've rushed to the ramp as fast as we can. My legs aren't exactly steady yet, so it's a little bit more of a zigzag than a straight line. We'll make it just before they close the doors. Christ, that was a lot closer than usual. Now that I'm inside the Bedlam copter, I find that it doesn't have much room to spare. It's definitely over capacity. I guess that's good. That means more than a third of us made it out. On the other hand, that means that almost 2/3 of us didn't. Jeez, we'd never had to leave so many people behind before. Kind of surreal. Feels like I'm in a war movie. What the hell was this place? Dynamo said something about data science, which would explain all the computers. So were we after information? Weird. It's way too cutting edge for Lord Bedlam's modus operandi. Must have been important information too. Why else would not one but two superheroes show up to stop us? Shining Nova alone would have been a big deal, but Miss Dynamo too? Dynamo is known to slum it a little for fun, but as I found out during that pet store debacle, but I thought Nova was exclusively working on national level threats and crisis response now. Maybe it has something to do with that Scorpion woman. Never heard of her before, which is maybe the weirdest part of this whole thing. Someone like her should have gone viral at some point. Not sure what to make of it. Well, I hope whatever Lord Bedlam got from here was worth it. As I hear the engines roar to life and feel the vehicle ascend, I go over the day's events more than once. It's funny, despite everything else. It's a conversation I had with Shining Nova that gives me a pause. It's hard to pin down, but talking with Nova felt different than it did with Dynamo. If I met Dynamo out in uniform, she probably wouldn't have given me a second glance. But Nova, I almost felt like we'd get along. I don't think you're a violent person at all. Strange thing to say, but maybe it's true. Still, I'm a henchman. Shining Nova's a hero. Whether we get along or not, that means it's my job to get in Shining Nova's way, and Shining Nova's job to beat me up. It's not changing, not anytime soon. I close my eyes and breathe a sigh of relief as I feel the Bedlam copter leave this place behind. Between the surprised guests and the sudden downsizing, this is one operation day I'll be happy to forget. Alright, and this is where we are saving and quitting for now. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, this series, whatever. I'm enjoying the game so far. I do wish there was a little bit more opportunity for me to do some character voices, but I don't mind. I'm having a blast. If you've been enjoying the series, if you enjoy the video, what have you, you like the game, you want to see more of the game, you want to hear more of me, I do have other video series, you can go check those out. If you want to see more of the game, then maybe consider watching more of it on my channel. Thanks again for checking it out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.